Hello chaps, I'm back. I really do want to test out the razors that I honed this morning, plus a very special razor, which I didn't hone this morning. Anyway, here's the stones which I used this morning. That is the little Welsh dragon's tongue, which I wasn't particularly impressed with, to be honest. And this is a huge blue Thuringia. Oh my God. This is the huge blue coticule, which I did try very hard to get a good edge on. I'm not particularly impressed. Anyway, let me tell you the story very briefly. The two razors which I used were this unknown maker but very good condition Hamburg ring. It's got Solingen on it but no maker, so it might not be the best steel. This beautiful little Russian 1953 Moscow razor with a little bridge on it, on the blade. This is much more of the reliable steel in my opinion. An unknown maker, maybe not. Anyway, point being, I did my very utmost. I was disappointed. I had a great deal of trouble getting a hanging hair test off this one. So what I did, I took it back to the stones and I put it on my proper yellow beautiful stone, which of course I've only used a couple of times. This is a relatively new stone as well. But this is, I think, an old vein Belgian coticule. Exactly which one I don't know. But you can see it's got the little lines in it, manganese lines in it. And it worked twice the speed of the blue coticule, and I think I'm going to get a better result. So this one is the slightly doubtful Hamburg ring, and this one I had to take back onto a nice yellow old coticule. Spit my teeth out. Anyway, chaps, a bit of a mixed test that was. I'm not going to say the blue coticule is no good. All I am going to say is when you've done as much as you can on it and it's still, after stropping, won't pass a hanging hair test, it's either this steel or something's going wrong. However, the little Russian one did pass. That was better. I'm not going to witter on too much longer. I'm going to get on with the shave. God, I need a shave. Yeah, that's 3 days of stubble. It's got to go. Otherwise I'll start looking like a BBC News presenter, and I think I'd rather be dead. Anyway, chaps, let me use a decent soap. This is the one I've used before. This is from Gary. This is a Gary soap. Very high quality. Vegan as well. So this one is again the Saponifcio Veracino. This is the SV soap. 70th anniversary, very kind of Gary. He's been very generous letting me try some of these exotic soaps. Let me put a little on because I haven't got time to do a pre-shave. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit knackered today. I've been razor honing and experimenting all morning since early, and now it's afternoon and I just want to shave. So never mind the pre-shave. Let's get on, put a lather on. This is a very nice, very friendly soap, by the way. It's a vegan soap. So we haven't been, I don't know, murdering badgers or buggering boars or whatever. Anyway, let's just try it. That's going on well. Mostly because of the amount of stubble. The stubble acts as an abrasive for the soap, I think. But look at that. That's a beautiful lather. Gary's never wrong about stones and he's never wrong about lather. So, let's cool that on. Dry the fingers on a towel, for God's sake. I don't really want at this stage of the day to be slicing myself. Now, let's try the little Russian one first, because I like Russian steel and I like Russian razors. They're actually very low cost and they're very nice quality. And just as I suspected, even though it's a very small razor, and it is on 3 days of old man stubble. Yeah, it's not bad. This came off the strange blue coticule, which I'm in doubts about. It's not the best edge I've ever tried. No, it's a bit draggy. So that may need refining on a better stone. However, I want to try this strange Hamburg ring. Usually if it's got Solingen on it, you know, it has to pass certain tests to be allowed to have Solingen on it. And this one is dragging. No. So much for my attempts. I'm not saying it's terrible, it's just not very good. I'll do a couple more passes with this. Listen to that. Yeah, it's dragging, it's not good. So, now as the litmus test, we try proper razor. I've always said this. There's very few fields in life where you can have the best. This is one of them, and this is the best. That is obviously a Woolfblades Sci Fi. And this is made from proper steel. This is made from RWL34, very high grade stainless steel. This one, you don't even need to strop, hardly ever. It holds its edge that well. I gave it a hanging hair test and it was blistering, and I haven't touched it in months. Why haven't I touched it in months? Because this is special. I only bring this out as a tester against other razors. So let's see. Oh, listen to that. Effortless. Can you hear the difference? Just the weight of the blade. So, I only rest my case on the fact you may not be able to afford a Ferrari, but you can afford a good razor. And this is a good razor. Yeah, there isn't a difference. Just carving. Smiley blade, which I like. I can use anything, but smiley blades are nice. Let me just get rid of some of the soap so you can see better. To say it's really making quite a job, quite a good job. Yeah, this is a spot-on precision tool. Elegant, very refined. You have to get used to a smiley blade. You know, a couple of shaves and you're used to it. I think I would prefer a smiley blade, but I can and I have shaved with just about everything. It's a very, very hard test today. I haven't prepared my stubble, and preparation's everything. Normally, yeah, ideally, lots and lots of soaking with a nice warm flannel, or obviously it comes straight out of the shower, which I haven't done because I was too busy. I was too busy playing around with razors and trying to hone them when they didn't want to be honed because they're junk. However, I have to try and again another day to get an even better edge on the little Russian one, because that one is Moscow. It's got a lovely little bridge on it, little elegant, lightly etched bridge. And, more to the point, it was made in the year I was born. So there's got to be something wrong with it. But it does shave okay. I've got to say, on a second pass, it is actually noticeably better. On a first pass, when you're chewing through very stiff old barbed wire, you're probably wise to use a top end razor, which I did. No, it's dragging. Let me do the same test with the Woolfblades on exactly the same area. It's still stiff, but it's cutting without hardly any drag. And that's all I was looking for. A very sound test. Old stubble, stiff old stubble, is about the cruelest test you can put an edge to. Yeah, what a difference. Trevor uses special South African magic. But I would say I own a Lamborghini amongst razors. I've got straight edged antique razors, just as good, but they're getting very hard to find. A good Palmera, or obviously a good Philharmonica, you can have a hell of a job beating that. Because the other advantage is stainless steel. You haven't got to worry about corrosion. I'll do a couple of little tricky passes because I like it. As far as the stubble goes, perhaps I should have put a bit more hot water and flannel. I don't know, naughty me. It's a bit of a hard test. I mean, to go almost onto just soap straight onto hard bristle. Yeah, cross grain, lovely. Yeah, look at that. I do think one of the great tests is the feedback. And this is a deep hollow, a very deep hollow. and I think that makes quite a difference. Just wipe off some of my horrible suds. Yeah. Yeah, that's smooth. So why not own a showy beast? I would recommend a showy beast because I think we only live once. And why not have a Rolls Royce? Yeah, I would put Trevor's in the top, absolute top 10. In fact, very close to the #1 of all razors. Can you hear that? That's crazy. I mean, there is nothing there. It's actually forcing the stubble up through the skin. Like weeds going through a pavement. To be able to put your finger on there, you can't feel any stubble, and yet you can go over it and still cut some more. You hear that? That's amazing. Which is why you cannot beat a straight razor, a good straight razor. Why people torture themselves using safety razors. However, I did receive, here's an admission, I did receive today through the post from quite a long way away, I did receive a rather nice feather, and it's the long blade. I've been waiting that for ages. So it's a long blade feather razor, which I shall evaluate for travelling purposes. Probably a good idea. Listen to that. Music. Yeah, that's lovely. No irritation at all. Yeah, this is a beast. Just for the sake of it, I'll do a couple of strange passes because I haven't used this razor in ages and I love it. One of the tricks in life is if you use something every day, you probably take it for granted. Whereas if you get it out every now and again, you think to yourself, ooh, what have I been missing? Well, I've been missing my baby. This is a really nice razor. You can do all sorts of cunning angles with it. It's absolutely spot on. The weight is a good thing on a razor. Not the most important thing, but you know, I like something that's a bit heavy. Listen to that. Absolute joy. Anyway, chaps, sorry for the very strange video today. I think I bit off more than I can chew evaluating those two stones. They're... I won't give up on them. I can't send them back. I've used them. Yeah, that's BBS. Baby bum smooth. With a Rolls Royce that looks like a Lamborghini. Oh, my analogies, I don't know. Lock me up, take me away. Anyway, lots and lots and lots of stuff taken off today. I'm going to give it a quick wash off and an alum test, because that seems to be quite a popular thing to do. Yeah, I would say the little Russian razor is actually deserves a better test. They're very good carbon steel, and that one in particular was in fairly good condition. It had a little bit of corrosion, not a lot. I gave it a good buffing so that I could be certain that I'd killed the edge. I tried to bring the edge back on that blue coticule, and it wasn't 100% successful. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit of sting just there, because on the lower neck it's particularly resilient, the stubble. So I rather like the taste of alum. I think I'm a bit of a perv. Alum's got a rather nice, sweet, salty taste, but it's death on steel. Do not get alum on your blade. If you get it on your fingers, wash it off. If it gets on your steel, you will regret it. Unless, of course, you've got stainless steel, which I have. In which case, it doesn't bloody matter. Anyway, I'm going to put some of this nice SV lather back on my mush, just to replace the oils, because that was quite a harsh shade with 3 different razors. I'll try again another day to redeem myself with these new stones. I'm not saying stick to what you know, we've got to experiment in life, but quite honestly, a good synthetic progression can't be beaten. You'll get very accurate results. Likewise, the right type of kind coticule gives me very good results. Yeah, just a tiny bit. I think that I've caught that earlier on I don't know, a week ago, and it just slightly irritated the skin. With a good razor, it's very rare to cut yourself. I mean, there's no cuts on me at all. But that little red mark, not a cut, it's just a little bit sore. Probably a turned over hair, ingrowing hair. Or, I don't know. Don't really care either. Anyway, chaps, sorry for the amount of time today on tapes. I just hope you find these tests vaguely amusing. Martin's shave tests. Do subscribe. Give me a tick if you like it. And I'm going to continue doing more tests. So see you all soon. Thanks for watching.